Yo, dude. What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to day 3, the final day. 24 hours remain. Yo, dude. What's up, dude? Hello, hello. First time watching you working on something? Oh, yeah, dude. We recorded bass. Yeah, we got the bass right here. I think, like, yeah, way back in the day, I used MIDI bass, but, like, dude, real bass is, like, it's just better. Like, straight up. If I could record real drums, I would, too. That's like the dream, dude. If I just like won the lottery right now, I would get a big ass studio, get like the most expensive drum set in the world, and then somehow learn how to play drums. Are these gonna be uploaded to the VOD channel? I think so. Yeah. Yo, Magic Sword, what up, dude? The Seer sent us. Oh shit, dude. He's the Seer, guys. Vote him out. Yo, what up, guys? Welcome, dude. We literally just got started, dude. We're about to make some music. We're about to make some music. Pay Jared to do the drumming for you, dude. If I had a zillion million dollars, hell yeah. The only reason I'd stick with drum libraries, I feel like I like a mixture of both. I like blending samples with drums. I feel like that's my favorite thing. But there's something still about real drums that just hits, dude. But we'll actually talk about that. We'll talk about what we can do. I got some tricks and tips that I kind of figured out with MIDI drums that give it a little bit of extra sauce. Dude, Magic Sword, thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the raid, man. I hope you had a good stream. Yeah, guys. So today we are going to work on the final mix for a cover that we've been working on for the past 2 days. We've been working on a track from the video game Octopath Traveler 2. It's a super sick RPG game. The soundtrack is like insanity. So we're doing a battle theme from it. We pretty much have everything recorded. It's nice and edited. It's like super tasty. I'll play it for you guys in a sec. So this is literally just like the mixing and the mastering today. So I think what we do is we listen to it and just make sure the arrangement is sick. We make sure, particularly the drums, making sure the drums are like good, super good. Yeah, just seeing if anything sucks, honestly. And if it doesn't, then we're good to go. Yeah, Octopath Traveler is so good. I haven't heard a whole lot of the second one. I've been getting some previews of it. This is one of the ones that we checked out, obviously. I know all about this one, but the first one is insane, dude. It's hard to make MIDI drums sound not artificial. There's certain ways you can do that, but like I don't worry too much about that, you know, cuz it's like people make real drums sound fake on purpose, you know, just cuz they want it to sound perfect, you know. So it's like It is what it is. What treatment do you do on your lead guitar? Well, that and more will be revealed today. So I'll stop fucking stalling. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got. Sick. Pretty good, dude. Pretty good. Yep. All right, solo. Let's see. That's good shit right there. Yeah, that's pretty sick, dude. I didn't hear anything. I heard like one little thing. Hold on. Literally like one note that I heard. Okay. One note, dude. I see we're busting out the good headphones. Yeah, so these are mixing headphones. So, cuz when I track, I usually track on just like earbuds just cuz these aren't super comfortable just cuz I wear glasses, but they sound really good. Like you got to mix on like actual good headphones. It is what it is, unfortunately. Are those the HUD 6 something? Yeah, the HD 600, yeah. They actually broke. I don't know if you guys see that. The headpiece like broke. That's why they look so dumb right now. So yeah, but like as long as I just am super careful, they'll stay on my head. But like if I take them off too quickly, like if I pull them apart, they just completely split in half. But if that happens, then don't worry. It happens all the time. I know. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get another headband or whatever. I broke him at a TRG Coliseum because I was like setting up all my shit like for the concert, and it was on this like stand, and I like didn't realize that my cable was like wrapped around the stand. So when I moved, the cable like took the stand and just knocked fucking everything down. Like my computer was on that, like my audio interface, and for some reason, out of everything, like everything else was fine. Like literally, my computer fell like 7 feet and it was fine. But the only thing that broke were my headphones, and I was like, that's kind of weird. But I guess I'm not mad if my computer is okay. So yeah, rip. They still work though. Like the actual like ears, the actual shit that matters still works. It's just the plastic. It's just like the headpiece, you know. So I'm like, okay, all right, okay, yeah. But yeah, dude. All right. Well, I think this is pretty good. I think it's pretty good, man. And yeah, the freaking the acoustic plugin sounds sick as fuck. Where is that? That's over here. This is probably the only thing that I'm like kind of tripping about. I want to make it sound better. Might just need some like EQ. Something like that. Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do is basically load up my my mixing template. So we're gonna do new tab, templates, mastering. So I've basically got my signal chains for like everything pretty much good to go. But obviously like every track is a little bit different. So, you know, you make little adjustments to everything. But if you guys want, I can just give you a rundown of what I'm doing for pretty much everything. But I think first we should do the boring stuff first. We should do just like the mix prep and stuff. So let me just do a new project. All right, so that's that. And then let's get the tempo 256. Okay, and then basically just start transferring stuff over. So as you can see already, I have 3 drum tracks. So it's like we're already doing, there's already so many things, man. There's already so much. I'm trying to think, do I explain this stuff now? I think so. So you guys are gonna be like, what are you doing? Okay, so we're putting it on 3 drum tracks. All of those drum tracks do something different. We just put the bass on the bass guitar track. We have 2 rhythm guitar tracks. And that goes to a bus, which a bus is just a fancy word to say group. So it's a rhythm guitar group. But for my second rhythm guitar, I actually will render it out as pure audio and not use the software plugin, like the software amp. So basically just like rendering it out. And the reason I do that is just because that particular plugin has like a glitch where it'll just randomly glitch out, like if it's running as a plugin. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It still sounds good though, so I'm like, I still want to use it, but I just have to like do this silly thing where I like render it out first. So I'm gonna disable everything and just make it like a super dry, nothing track, right? Okay, so we're just gonna render that out. And then just call it like rhythm guitar 2. Gotta make sure it's mono. That's important because it's only one track, right? All right, then you render it out. Very boring stuff. Just stuff that you gotta do to like get ready for the mix. We're basically just like transferring over everything from you know, the OG session to the mastering session. Okay, so here is our second rhythm guitar. Bam. So we got that. And then, okay, so our leads, just copy paste, put them on the same spot. We got 5 tracks of leads today. Yo, T-Zone, what up, dude? And then our harmonies are on another bus, which, again, the term bus just means group. For some reason, we decided bus is the word for... I think that's just like an old school term, so it just kind of carried over. All right. So we got 2 tracks of strings. I have like strings in my template, but everything else I just copy because I don't have like a violin and stuff. Okay, so now everything is on here. So now what we need to do, we have to do one more boring thing. So I'm gonna make the grid super tight. It's 1/64th note, right? So it's like super like subdivided. And I'm gonna take the rhythm guitars, the bass guitar. I'm gonna solo only the drums, the rhythm guitar, and the bass guitar. I'm also gonna turn on my mastering chain, so it's about to get super loud. So here we go. All right, so we got that. And again, like I'll go over all the plugins and stuff that we're using for everything. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm stripping away all of the silent parts. Just anything that's like, if there's ever any riffs like this shit, like all of those little like scrapey sounds and stuff, like we don't need that. So I'm basically just like doing that. I'm making like really brutal cuts right now. And then I'm gonna go in and like probably make it less ridiculously chopped up, you know? So I'm basically just slicing. And this is just like a polish. Like it just makes it tight, you know, because anything that you can do to like free space in your mix is worth doing, because especially with metal and stuff, it's just you got so much stuff happening. So really just like anything that you can do to tighten stuff up is good. Yeah, we got that. So yeah, nothing exciting right now. It's just work. Just getting your hands dirty. And as you can see, like what I'm doing here, this is a fade. I'm sure you guys, like if you do video editing, you know about this stuff too. It's just making sure the audio doesn't like immediately just end. It's like a smooth transition. And it's very quick too. So it's not like anything you're gonna hear. It's more of just like a, it's, I don't want to say like placebo effect, but it does do something, but it's very subtle. Okay, this one doesn't even have it. I gotta fucking, there it is. So I think with a lot of these, we're gonna like extend that. I'm just listening to like the chugs. You want to find that magic spot where it's like, it's the full chug, but there's not like little silly sound, like silly little hand noises, like. Little hand sound there. So this is just like, it's like, I could just easily not do this, but I feel like it just provides that extra little quality. Oh yeah, you can hear it there. Like this needs to be, yeah. Now it's like, it's such a small difference, but like there's those little like hand sounds of me taking my hand off the guitar. Like those are gone now. So now this lead part where it's like, like that's going to be just, you know, a little bit cleaner now. You can hear on this part, like, so like when that guitar goes away, like we can just delete that audio. And again here. Then you just fade that. And then it's just the end of the song. Cool. All right. So at this point, we're pretty much ready to start mixing. But I will go over pretty much what I'm doing on every track. I'll do it like quickly, but if anybody wants like more, if anybody has any questions, like feel free to ask. Like it's not gonna, I'm not gonna be like, dude, how dare you? So we got 3 tracks of drums. We've got the shells. And then we have the cymbals, which, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't think they do much on the intro, but, so that's that. And then I have a 3rd track, which is the room mics. So it's just a lot of, yeah, it's a lot of reverb and energy. This is like, it's just like the energy, right? So the room mics thing is actually something I started doing pretty recently. I haven't done this for a while. I actually had this kind of realization when I was recording with my band. So my band recorded a single, and it was my first time recording real drums. Uh, and I just found that like, the sound of like real drums with like the way the cymbals are and like the overheads, like the overheads are microphones that are like on top of the drum set, right? Like the sound of that gave it such a energy, and it was so like exciting sounding. So like when I went back to my MIDI drums, I was like, what, like, what is, besides obviously being fake, like what else is what else is preventing this from sounding as energized as like real drums? And I feel like a lot of that is just the overhead mics being featured, because I feel like with a lot of drum VST software, they just it doesn't have like that overhead sound. It's in there, but like a lot of the settings and the presets will like kind of duck it, just because like a lot of modern metal wants to have just like a big kick and a big snare, but the cymbals are kind of just like, it's like they're just there enough to like to hear it, but it doesn't give it, like, people don't realize the cymbals and like the reverb of the whole kit contributes so much of the energy of the track. So I'm like sitting here being like, all right, well, what do I do? So that's why I made this track. I just made a third track where it's the same stuff, but like, and it's only with the cymbals too, because I don't really want like a bunch of like crazy 80s reverb on like the kick and the snare. Like that shit has to be tight still. But yeah, I just literally soloed the room mics, and now it's just on its own fader, and for every track it's different. I'm gonna bring that out. There's definitely like a too much, and there's also a too little, and you just try and find that sweet spot. Yeah, so it's definitely come in pretty clutch. I'm pretty stoked on it. Like, let's listen to it with and without. Let's go to like the hi-hats is where you really hear it. So here's without it. So the hi-hats are like really close, and it's also only on one side. But when you bring this in, it's like, suddenly it's like, it sounds like you're in the room, like hearing them. So yeah, it's pretty huge, dude. And this is all just like, I'm literally just like playing around. Like, I don't know. It's a weird way to do it probably, but I like it. I like just having that control over the reverb like that. So yeah, so that's the drums, and then like as far as the signal chain goes, I'm running it through an Easy Mix thing that's adding EQ and compression. It's just lower. It's like basically compressing the crap out of it and taking off low end. So that's off, and then on brings out the crack and the snare there. And then that's going into a compressor. You can hear it's really just kind of grabbing the snare drum. It's, the snare is loud as fuck, so the compressor is kind of like, every time the snare hits, the compressor is kind of compensating for that, and it's kind of squishing it, which gives it that like that beefy sound. And that's the reason why I separate the drums from the cymbals, is because I feel like a lot of amateur mix, like you can, like a lot of amateur mixes will compress the drums as one thing, and then usually the cymbals will just sound like crap, basically, because like they're getting so squished by the compression because like the kick and the snare drum are like so much stronger than the cymbals, but the cymbals are like suffering because they're grouped into that group. So like, you know, I've found that just like compressing the drums as one group, then you compress the cymbals as another group, it makes it way more dynamic and open. It doesn't sound like they're like getting crushed. And like if you wanted to, you can then take that and then put it into like another group. But I mean, I don't think my mixes need that, but like I'm sure people do that. I'm sure that's fine. And then what's this? Yeah, this is on the room mics. This is just the reverb. I don't really need a bunch of like low end in the reverb, so I just like did this absurd cut here. Yeah, no, like the drums themselves have their own compression on them too. I do that within Superior Drummer. So I'm compressing I'm EQing and compressing the snare, which like this is the snare EQ. This is what you do. You boost the crap out of the every snare has a different frequency, but there's something that's like between 100 and 250, which is like the fucking, it's just like the sack, you know, like the balls of the snare. You boost that. Then there's another frequency, which is, it's called the kickball frequency, which is like, you know, when you bounce a kickball on a piece of concrete and it goes like boing, like that's bad. We usually don't want that. Like, and I'm talking about metal here, okay? So this isn't like, you know, but then again, EDM seems to do this a lot too. Snares are pretty scooped in like most music. So yeah, there's like a frequency there that's just gross. So you know, take that out, and then you boost. Then there's another frequency that's the crack. So the balls and the crack, you want to boost that, and then at the very high, there's, you know, this is just air, like it's just an air frequency. Air just means really brightness. So you're just kind of bringing life to the whole thing. So let's listen to it. Let's bypass it, and we'll turn it on and off. Oh, hello. All right, so, ew. Oh, gross. Fucking disgusting. Listen to that kickball. Like the kickball frequency is so gross, dude. Now it's like nice and powerful. So huge difference there. And basically the same shit. I think with my toms, I didn't do a whole lot, but a lot of toms have those kind of frequencies too. But the snare is the biggest, like you know the Saint Anger snare, like that's the example of like when you don't. Well, first of all, the snare is not a good snare sound in general, but like they also didn't like cut enough of the mids out of it, so it has that like bing sound. So it's not my thing. So I try and take that out, and most modern metal takes that out. All right, so that's drums. Cymbals, I'm basically doing the same thing. Yeah, so that's drums. So let's look at bass. So dark glass plugin, freaking sick ass plugin. I like it a lot. Dark glass is like the sickest bass sounds that I feel like a lot of people are using the dark glass stuff right now. So there's that. I'm doing a weird tone though, because like my tone is like as you can see, the bass and the low mids are like all the way off, and you're just like, but there's still a lot of bass there. And the reason for that is because I'm using a sub kick mic. So it just gives you this like low super low bass there. But low mids and bass is usually like okay, well, I don't want to like say like in general, but for my mixes, like the low mids kind of get in the way of the guitars and the snare. So what I want my bass to be is be like, I want it to be like 100 hertz, you know, so like that super bass. But then there's like nothing from like 200 to like 700 or something like that, because there's a lot of stuff happening in there. Like the lead guitars are there, the rhythm guitars are there, but so I kind of want that like bassiness, but then I also want like everything above like 1K on the bass to be there, so it gives you that like attack too. So again, this isn't like, it's not like a situation where it's like, all right, everyone copy these settings. Like that's not how it works. It doesn't, you don't just like, there's not like a this is how you set it thing. It's called a mix. Yeah, like it's like how does shit mix together, you know? Okay, so guitars. So something that I'm doing is I'm using 2 different guitar tones, one for the left and one for the right, which is already like, so many people are going to be like, oh, what? Like, not you guys, but just like so many people, like that's like such a no-no for some people. But I think for me, like I dig it, because what that does is it makes the sound a lot more like spread out. So because like having the different tones on the left speaker and the right speaker is like, it gives it this like huge spatial sound. So I find that helps make space in the mix, because it adds like a lot of like diversity there. So that's cool. So the left speaker is the Nolly amp from Neural DSP, and then the right side is Bias, that's the one that I was saying is like kind of glitches out, but that tone is so freaking good. Like I can't get away from that tone. I love it. So, and they're going into a bus, which again is a group, so they're all being like treated as a group. But before they go into the group though, I kind of do some random stuff. I just like find frequencies that I don't like. This is just on the bias amp. I think I actually literally copy pasted it from the group to the bias amp. But yeah, we're just taking off low end, we're taking off high end, so just bass and treble. And then there was just a little frequency here that was like too much at 238 hertz. You know what that is? That's the snare drum. I was trying to make room for the snare drum, because the snare drum has a lot of presence in the 200 hertz range. So it's good to make space for the snare, because the snare is king in metal. So everyone needs to back away from the snare. You know, wherever that balls frequency is, like everything else needs to get out of the way. And then this particular tone just has a lot of content in the 700 hertz range, which is, it's a good, that's a lot of note definition, which is nice, but it was almost like too much note definition, because it was almost like getting in the way of the leads a little bit. So I kind of scooped it out just a little bit of scoop. People are always scared about scooping rhythm guitars, but it's like, you can't just have them. You can't have everything be mid-range. So like, it's not. You have to make room for certain things in the mids. And for me, because my music is so lead guitar driven, because it's like a melody, right? You need. I do have to scoop the guitars a little bit, but luckily for me, they still sound good. Also, with the bass guitar, I didn't go over the EQ. I literally just like destroyed 200 hertz on the bass guitar. Like there is no 200 hertz because again, that's where the snare drum is. So no 200 hertz on my bass. I don't want it. That it lets my snare drum have all the room in the world to do its thing. And then what is this? This is like a tone shaping thing on the bass. So with bass guitar, it's cool to have a this is called a multi-band compressor. So a multi-band compressor will take specific frequencies and only target those frequencies, and whenever they get out of line, whenever they're whiling out too hard, the compressor will control them. And with bass guitar, the bass frequencies tend to be pretty wild because, like, you know, if you're up there doing if you're doing like a melodic thing on the higher notes, it'll be fine, but then you'll go down to the low notes and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, so bassy, you know, which in a mix you don't really want that. You don't want it to be so crazy like that. You want it to be like pretty controlled and like consistent. So that's what this helps with. So anytime I'll play it again, you can see it's clamping down on those lows. And then this one is like the pick attack. This one is like super like, this is the because I used to pick. So anytime I'm like picking it and it gets like a little too crazy with like the attack on it, it just keeps that under control. Yeah. So it's all just about like the mix, right? Like how it works with all your stuff. So it's like, here's just like the rhythm section. So I think they all play pretty nicely together. And then, yeah, so we got the leads. The leads are where we start getting a little crazy with putting some effects on everything. So of course with a lead guitar, it's like you want to have it nice and soulful and just like have a lot of, you know, atmosphere and just like have it be a cool sound, you know. Okay, so what are we doing? So before the amp, I am taking away low end. Sometimes I don't think enough people know about this strat. This is literally what an overdrive pedal does. But I don't need to use an overdrive pedal because I have no interest in like adding power to it, because overdrive pedals add power to it as well as roll off the low end. But I'm like, I only really care about rolling off the low end, like just so that the it's a little tighter when I'm doing those like especially with a riff like this, or like that allows it to just be like really precise on the picking, you know. It doesn't get like flubby and like, you know, too much bass there. So that's before the amp. And then for the amp, I'm using this sound I found on the Easy Mix tone. It's literally just like it's just a gain knob and a treble knob, and it's just a tone. So this is the tone. I just found that like with my rhythm tone, it just fits, like it just works, dude. I feel like it's all there, you know, like I feel like they're not fighting each other. It just hits that perfect frequency range. Like it sounds like to me, the rhythm guitars occupy a lot of the high frequencies. They have a lot of attack, and like just the high frequencies are covered, right? And the leads, I always like when my leads are really like buttery and just kind of warm. I'm not really a huge fan of like the super like crazy bright leads, like just for my playing, you know. So I like the leads to kind of occupy like a kind of like a mid-range frequency. So I find that this tone does that, so that's cool. I've been happy with that tone forever. Sometimes like with my rhythm guitars and my lead guitars, like I'll always try and beat them, but it's, you know, it's hard to beat them, dude. I'm always trying to beat them. I'm always trying new stuff, but I'm not going to use new stuff if it's not as good. So yeah, so now after the amp, we are just compressing the absolute hell out of them, right? Oh wait, actually not really. We're not compressing them that hard. So we're basically like, with lead guitars, you do want to compress them. I mean, you just want it to be a consistent volume for the most part, because, you know, you want them like in your face. You want them to be the feature, you know, unless it's like a texture part. But like most of the time, you know, with the leads, it's like you want them to be like in your face. So compression does that, but you don't want to over compress them, because then it just sounds like weird. Like you'll know if it's too much compression. It'll be really flubby and it'll sound just like crap, basically. So it's always, compression is a dangerous tool, but it's a really good tool once you know how to use it. And then we've got delay. So this is basically just delay. You know, it's a good delay. It's not going on. The feedback is low, meaning like how long it goes for. You don't want it to go like way too long, because then it'll start overlapping with like other shit. It'll be too much. But I like having the delay kind of slow. You know, you hear how it's not repeating super quickly. So, and I'm also like high passing and low passing it, which means rolling off the bass end, and I'm rolling off the high end. So it's just like right there in the mids. Like how yeah, exactly. Like a lot of times, because the thing with compression is that compression makes things louder. So the reason why a lot of remastered albums don't sound good is because they want people to think it's better just because it's louder, but they pretty much ruin the dynamics of it because they're over compressing it. So yes, it is like a lot of remasters are louder, but you can go too far with it for sure. Okay, then so we got delay and then reverb, just little space in there. So that's the leads. Reverb and delay is good on leads. It's very good. And compression. I also compress my rhythms too. I don't think I showed that to you guys. So that's the EQ on my rhythm guitars. We're just cutting. Yeah, it like barely, you can barely even notice this EQ, which is kind of good because it's working, but it doesn't make it worse. So that's kind of sick. Yeah, it's just adding noise when you take it away. So it's just cleaning it up basically. And then after, this is the rhythm guitars. After the EQ, I've got compression on the high frequencies, because the high frequencies are pretty intense on this stuff. So you just want to keep that, you know, a little bit in line so it doesn't sound too brutal. So this is a scary one to do, because if you go too far with this, you completely ruin your sound, because it sounds like you like threw a blanket over your speaker. Like it's just all the power is gone. But just having them a little bit contained, I think is good. And then compression. So what I'm trying to do here is just compress only the chugs. So like I set it to like whenever I chug, it compresses it, but whenever I'm doing like an open riff, like it doesn't compress it. Because the chugs are louder. Yeah, this is my template. So on Reaper, you can make a template. So you basically just like, you get your mix like exactly how you want it to be, and then you just save as template, and then you can load the template. Do you ever lose your mind fine-tuning this stuff, or do you have such a grasp on it now that it's just kind of natural? I've definitely gone down. I've had some I've had a couple breakdowns back in the day trying to figure this shit out for sure, dude. What you like, all of this stuff, dude, is like, this is like years of like small tweaks, you know, like every time I put out a video, it's like I'll turn a knob somewhere one direction, and I'll be like, okay, that no, that's too much. Then you go back, you know. So I'm always like I'm always making small changes, and then like sometimes I'll be like, yeah, dude, turning that knob, that was it. You know, like whether it's just like taking away 700, you know, hertz on the rhythms. It's like, dude, that was it. Yes, that's good. Because then you listen to the ones before that, and you can hear the 700 hertz being there, and you're like, that sounds like shit. So you just make little improvements. It's not something you just go in and just be like, you don't just go in and do this in like one day. Like this is like years of just little things that you're trying. I mean, to this day, dude, I've got so many plugins, bro, that I just don't use. Like I spent money on them, and I'm like, this is gonna improve my shit. So I do a cover, and then I'm like, I think it's better, but then like a week passes, and you're like, nah. That's you know, it's like, I'm not like mad at myself. I'm like, okay, I tried, but I'm like, no. But then, you know, for every 10 of those situations where I'm like, no, there's one that's just like, oh, dude, that actually is better. That sounds like that's actually better. And then you're like, okay, this is, you know, you add that to your template, right? So it's a lot of failure is a strong word. It's trial and error, right? That's just like lots of error. Oh yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I like mixing. It's crazy. It's hard. But I have to show you guys what I do from my orchestra, because this is some five head stuff that I figured out, and this shit blew my mind, and it's so cool. So I'm gonna turn off the secret weapon for now. I'm gonna turn it off. Don't look. This is the secret weapon. Oh wait, I can't turn it off because it's like fucking. Okay, delete it. Or wait, can I just make it? I can make it offline. Okay, so here's like the strings. So with like orchestra stuff. First thing I do is I just have an easy mix thing here, which is just like literally adding, it's just adding brightness. So without it, it's like, that's way too mid-rangey and that gets in the way of the lead guitars. So I just turn this on and just kind of shoots them into the high frequencies. So yeah, high frequencies, good stuff. Removing, this is just removing again more of that like low mids because I really don't want these strings to be in the way of the beef. Like strings are not there to add beef. They add brightness and, you know, like air to it. So you really don't need that kind of stuff. So there's that. So this is my secret weapon. And this is a stereo widener. So basically what this plugin does is it takes everything. You know how there's like two speakers, right? You listen to music with two speakers. There's the sides and then there's the middle. So the middle is things that are coming out of both speakers equally. And then the sides are things that are coming out of one speaker differently than the other speaker. So what this does is it removes everything in the middle. And it sounds like absolute ass when you play it by itself. But in a mix, it frees the whole space. Like it frees all of this space, which allows you to just turn them super high up in volume without getting in the way of anything. So here's what it sounds like by itself. Again, it sounds like absolute crap, but so it's like it's like worse, right? But in a mix, suddenly everything that's in the middle is like way, like for example, the lead guitar is in the middle, and that's like the featured instrument, right? Like everything is like supporting the lead guitar, which is like the melody and everything. So now I can turn all these strings like super high up in volume without ever, it's literally physically impossible for it to be in the way of the lead guitar because it will never actually exist in that space. So it's freaking overpowered, dude. It's sick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on this violin track. I'll show you an example of this right now. So obviously I haven't actually done any mixing on this yet, but what I'll do is we're going to listen to this violin, right? The violin from. So now I can turn this up like super loud and it'll never take the lead guitar away. It'll never overpower the lead. So I'll turn it off, and all of a sudden when I turn this off, it's going to be way too overpowering and annoying. So now here's with it off. Yeah, dude. When I found that out, I was like, ooh. Yeah, dude. It's literally physics, dude. So that's what allows me to get my orchestra like super loud but the lead guitar is always just chilling there. Like nothing. The whole point of my mix, it also using two different rhythm guitar tones accomplishes the same thing, because it makes them on one speaker and the other speaker, but never in the middle. Because the whole point of my mix, like the whole like philosophy of it is like the lead guitar is king, and like you have to basically like nothing fucks with the lead. Like everybody get out of the way. You know what I mean? Like nothing gets in the way of the leads, so the leads can always just be there, you know, doing its thing. So it's pretty cool, dude. I'm pretty stoked about that. I mean, I also put it on the flute. You can hear it on the flute here. Like that's even more obvious of a like. So you can hear the flute is like absolutely loud as hell, but it never gets in the way of the leads. I'll turn it off, and all of a sudden, when I turn this off, the lead guitar is going to be buried by this flute. Check this out. This shit's so cool, dude. Do Fishman or EMGs mix better? They're pretty similar to each other. I think Fishman pickups have more clarity to them. So a lot of times the clarity is pretty cool. But sometimes EMGs, like a good EMG 81 just has like such a huge sack on it. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, it sounds so powerful and ballsy. So it kind of depends on what you're going for. Like, you know, what the music is, you know. So it's like it's one of the two. They're pretty similar though. They're both kind of doing the same thing, which is being powerful, you know. I think the Fishmans they give up like 1% of the power for like clarity, you know. So clarity's good too. Okay. So now it's pretty much time to start doing automation. So as you can see here, I have this, you know, like this is like one of the parts, right? It's a green line here. This is the volume of only that section. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the whole song and put the lead guitars in a volume place that I like. Except actually, before I do that, I think I'm going to figure out the volume of the rhythm guitars that I want. Recently, I've been turning down my rhythms a little bit because I feel like they just don't need to be quite as loud. But, yeah. Let's go to, like, a part where, like, the rhythms are, like, yeah. Yeah, like, it's probably, like, right about there, like, 3.9. Okay, every mix is different as far as like where the rhythms sound good. A lot of times it depends on what key the song is in, which is like funny. You wouldn't think that, but every frequency has a different sound to it. So it's kind of weird how that works. Now I want to listen to the hi-hats. And I want to dial in my room mics on the drums. I want to make sure they're like sitting exactly where they need to be. cool. Okay, I think we're pretty happy with that. Let's turn these freaking hold on. How do we want to do this? I think we mute the violin and the flute for now. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Welcome, Krim. Welcome, dude. So we're gonna start doing some volume adjustment here on the leads. So we're gonna go through the whole song. We're just gonna feel out what the volume should be on everything. So I can already tell like this sounds good. So, but when this comes in, it feels like it's too powerful because I'm literally doubling. It's like double the power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my flute. So we're really balancing the flute with these two leads. Right, turned them both down by 1 dB. I feel like the lower octave is like still too powerful, so I'm going to turn that down a little extra. I think that's good. You want to do this stuff fast. That's the thing. You don't want to, then you start obsessing over shit. This one we crank. We turn harmonies. You usually got to juice them up a little bit. I feel like it starts off perfect, but then, you know, for whatever the case is, they become overpowering, like about midway through that, just because of what the other instruments are doing. They're switching up what they're doing. So I think we're going to turn them down at some point through this. I think right about here, they become a little too overpowered. And if I do this right, you won't even notice the volume difference because it should be like equal, right? Yeah, I think we turn them down even more. It just gets progressively more. Yeah, the that's a little too strong there, so we turn that down a little bit more. It's because when you play higher notes, like as I'm playing that lead, like I go up to the higher notes there. The higher notes usually take more. It's like they're more intense. So in the mix, it's the same way a vocalist, like when a vocalist sings the high note, they back away from the microphone. It's like that same logic. It's just higher notes are louder. I'm actually going to juice up the very first part again. So it's just getting progressively more quiet. So I think that's good. Okay, so this part's going to be loud as hell. We just copy pasted this from the original, so. All right, so this is like a new tone. So what can we do to this thing? Let's throw a compressor on it. We should actually compress like the crap out of this probably. This looks so confusing. So what I'm doing is this is a compressor. So basically the left side is squishing it. It's squishing it, but it's only squishing the loudest points of it. So you can see the volume of it like going up and down. It's only squishing where I tell it to. Hell yeah, dude. And then the right side is the overall volume after I squish it. So I'm basically, what that accomplishes is it makes it more consistent. So that's how it works. You see how the left side is like jumping around, and then the right side is like a little bit more consistent. Like that's what we want. So I think now that we're compressing it, usually compression it features the low frequencies a little bit more. I mean, there's probably a reason for that. I don't know. But like, so now I'm gonna turn down the low frequencies a little bit to kind of compensate for that. Yo, Ilnaf, thank you for the 11 months, dude. Almost been a year, man. Hell yeah. Thank you, dude. So it's the end of the work? Yeah, we're putting the final touches on it right now. Okay, so let's see what else. I kind of want to get rid of some of those like really annoying high frequencies on that. So I'm gonna open up an EQ, do a I always fucking mix it up. Low pass filter. I'm just gonna try and roll off those extreme highs. And now because of that, I'm hearing a lot of low end. So I'm going to do the same shit for the bass. Roll off the bass. So I think it's a lot easier on the ears just because of that. Now I can turn this knob up a little bit. Let's see if there's anything in the middle here that we can improve. Oh, like right immediately. This is 600 hertz, so there's a lot of body in that frequency range. So like this kind of thins it a little bit, but I think it could benefit from that. Maybe hold on. Maybe not. I think in the mix we're gonna want that. So let's listen to it. I think that's good, dude. I think we move on. Okay, so this is the big part here. They're gonna need to figure out some shit here. So immediately the that can be a little bit lower because that's like a ton of guitars there. So turn that down. So how does the volume of this look? I turned off the strings on that part. I don't want the strings to play that same shit. Except I do want to feature. I want to feature the dent, 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 like on the strings. This part right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna disable the stereo widening, the thing I was showing you guys earlier. I'm gonna disable that because I actually want the strings to be like the strings are like really featured here. Like they're more important than they have been before. So let's give them some recognition here on this part. I'm gonna disable that. Yeah, that's sick. And now because that's disabled, they're like kind of loud, so I'm gonna turn them down just a little bit, the strings. You know, if we're gonna be like super freaking obsessive about stuff, I feel like this section needs the strings to like ring out longer. So that would be on expand, and then is it that? The release? I think this is the right one. No, that's not doing anything. Okay, I don't think I did the right one there. Okay, where is it? Okay, let's do part A release. Oh fuck, they just call it that, like part, like edit 1. Okay, which one is it? It's the last one, edit 6. Okay. Part A, edit 6. That should be the release. No, that's just definitely just turn up the volume there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay. So I'm gonna try and make these strings ring out for a little bit longer. Yeah, I think that's cool. Sick. I think that section sounds badass now. So with this very last part, I'm gonna turn the clean part down. So, okay, so let's move on to this part. First thing we do is we this note just rings out, so we need to like get that out of the way pretty quick. That's pretty good. I think we can turn the whole... Okay, so this is the sick riff. So we need to figure out what we're gonna do here. We definitely need that violin to be like fucking jamming on this part. So let's do that. Unmute, unleash the violin. It's already good. Let's see if we can... I'm gonna EQ a little bit of that beef out of that. Let's see if we can find... Yeah, it's all that. Now we can just like slam it loud. Like I think this is good. So I'm playing around with lowering the bass of the violin while also turning the volume up, and there's going to be a magic balance there that I'm trying to find. Let's see if we can... I don't know if turning things up is the answer here because there's already so much shit, but I wonder if we I wonder if we turn this up. pretty sick. Pretty sick. The violins are loud as hell, but like it sounds sick, dude. I keep second guessing myself on like, yeah, that needs to be turned up. It feels so weird to turn something up on a part where there's like so much stuff happening, but that part needs to be like featured for sure. Okay, but this is where we turn it down. So our harmonies have been playing a support role on this riff, but now at the very end they pop out on volume. I'm still listening to this. Hold on. I'm still not 100% on this EQ. It might be worse. I feel like if I'm sitting here like not sure whether it should be on or off, usually the answer is just off. Cause like if you don't need to fuck with something, just don't fuck with it. It is better with it. It's better with it, dude. This is the part of mixing where it gets a little hard because you're sitting there second guessing yourself. But I think it's better with it. But that the best thing to do in situations like this is just move on, like, and you'll just come back to it. So this one, we're gonna turn down the lead here because it's more of like a texture So we're gonna let the riffs, the rhythm guitars, be more of a spotlight here. That needs to get turned up. Pinch harmonic doesn't need to be that loud. Okay, so this is the copy paste, so what are we doing? -5, -2. So, -0.5, -2. Let's just copy that. So for this part, let's make this lead more kind of, let's turn up the reverb just for this little part right here. So it's a little bit more like whoa, and then it comes in like full force. All right, so this has like, this is that one thing with like 10 different. Adjusting volume on this again. So I'm gonna copy all of this automation and just paste it on the shit. I always forget they like, there's still some stuff with Reaper I'm like learning. So I might be doing some things like weird, but I think this is how you do it. Okay. Might be a little loud, but okay, so because our solo starts here, we've gotta turn that down there. And obviously the solo, we fucking turn that shit up, turn it up loud. obviously on the last note, we can just, okay, so let's see if there's any fine tuning on volumes for Cool. Okay, so when we get to the end of the song, we do our fade out, our master fade out. All right, then you put a marker there. End of the song, you put the beginning marker. Also, what if I get little adjustment to the snare there? Okay, cool. So now, so that's we went through the whole song. There's probably stuff that's not perfect, but it's good to do it that way. You just go through quick pass-throughs of the song, and then you don't obsess over one part. Even though I was kind of obsessing over that chorus part for probably too long, but now we're going to listen to it all the way through, and then see if anything sucks. And if it's good, then we can move on to other stuff, because we can put in some fun little stuff, like some extra shit. But I'll BRB though. I'm going to AFK for a second. But yeah, dude, thank you guys for watching, man. Hell yeah. All right, I'll BRB. All right. Cool, dude. All right. So I gotta control this shit. On the chorus, these violins sound sick, but on this part, they're way too loud. I gotta turn it down. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do it here. Actually, this is a whole different vibe here, so I think we turn them up a little bit here. I think we should do something fun here. Yeah, let's have this part go through like a So I made a new track. We're gonna put this through like a filter. So we're just gonna do a classic move here. Classic situation here. So we're gonna just fucking. This is always fun to do. I think that's fun. It kind of just gives it a different vibe for a second. Then when the harmonies come in, I think that's cool. Let's see. I think that's sick. Okay. So now I'm thinking about these shakers. I think we fuck with the shakers a little bit. Except, yeah. They're not. I gotta I gotta redo them for this song. Okay, so that, and then yeah, dude. Wait, what? Am I just like... Am I losing it? Like, why is that? Oh, that's why. Oh, that's so funny. Wait, so can I just... Hold on. Is that gonna ruin everything if I forgot to put the 6/4 timing on this session. Is that gonna if I just put that in? I just put it in right now, so. Okay, I think we're still good. Okay, okay. That was scary. I mean, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but knowing that it's not in the correct timing would have bothered me so much. Okay, so now we got shakers. Now we figure out where we put them. There we go. Dude, oh my god, I'm so dumb, dude. I totally forgot the acoustics, bro. Yo, that would have been a freaking war crime to forget these. What the fuck? I was like, something's missing, dude. Okay, hold on. Yes, give me the acoustics. Perfect. Okay, so let's play around with our acoustics. I mean, they sound pretty good, dude. I don't know. Yo, Drusif, what up, dude? Okay, now we're jamming. Let's go through the whole song before we worry about shakers. Let's go through the whole song, and I think every section is going to have a different volume for the acoustics because it's kind of a different vibe for every part. So there's also like a mid-range frequency I'm hearing on that. Hold on. It's like 400. It's always around that area. taken all the mids out because it's acoustics. We don't really need a ton of mids in there. We need those mids for the lead guitars and everything. Can't really take the highs out because the highs are like, that's what we need, dude. Solo guitar? Yeah. There you go, dude. Literally no EQ, bro. Just a good tone, dude. Actually, no, this is before the amp. So yeah, I'm literally not EQing my leads at all. I don't know what I would do to it. I can improve this. Hold on. that like super high frequency. What I'm doing right now is I am trying to nail the on the acoustic guitars. You know, I want that strumming sound to be totally there, but I found that there are certain moments where I felt like it was a little too much. So I kind of found that frequency. It was like 9K, almost 10K, pretty much, super high frequency. And I'm trying to squish that a little bit just so it kind of gets baked into the mix. It's not like jumping out. But I'm trying to be real careful because I don't want to lose the acoustics in the mix. So oh no, this part? Yeah, that's all there. That's all there. Okay, let's listen to the whole. I'm still hearing like a mid-range. Maybe we slap some compression on it too. I had no idea you mixed on headphones. I'm so used to people saying doing that is bad. It's actually here's the list of best things you can do to worst things that you can do. The best thing that you can do is mix on studio monitors in a treated environment that acoustically sounds good, right? That's the best thing that you can do. The second best thing that you can do is mix on headphones. So mixing on headphones is not as good as mixing with studio monitors in a treated environment. But the worst thing that you can do is mix on studio monitors in a non-treated studio environment. So that's my current situation right now. Is this area is not treated right now. Like it's kind of treated, but it's like it's not perfect, right? So monitors, so headphones are actually better than mixing on studio monitors in a not treated studio environment, because your mix is just going to be you're not going to be hearing accurate stuff if you're listening to your monitors while the room is like emphasizing certain frequencies. So yeah, technically it's worse to mix on headphones compared to like a legitimate studio setting, but most people don't have that. So I think people are kind of sleeping on headphones a little bit, unless you have like literally like a super sick treated room. I know for a fact that this room, I did some samples. This room has a ton of 100 hertz, like 120. Like the second you like hit 125 hertz, it just jumps in volume. So because of that, if I mix on my monitors right now, it's going to sound like a ton of bass is there when it's actually not. Dude, you could like, here's the thing, man. It's like you can mix on freaking Fisher Price, Toys R Us boom boxes if you know how they sound. Knowing how it sounds is the important part. Like, it's about knowing what you're listening for, you know? Like if you just got to know your setup. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I could mix on my like gamer headphones too if I really wanted to. Just because all I would do is listen to an old mix of mine that I think is good, and then I would just match it. You know? I'd be like, oh, I know for a fact that like this like Metroid cover I did, I know the bass is like really good on that one. So I'll just listen to that and match it. So there's a lot of things you can do. I definitely advocate for like less is more kind of, or what's the term? Like doing less with, or doing more with less. That's what it is. Have you looked into? No, I don't know what that is. I've heard of stuff like I don't know if it's the same thing, but I've heard of freaking the shit that like it like scans your room and then it like puts an EQ curve on your setup that like matches the room and stuff. That sounds cool. I've never tried that, but that's a cool concept. Sonar Works, that's what it's called. I mean, for me, I'm just trying to save up so I can own a sick studio one day. Until I own, I'm going from like super humble setup to like full balls to the wall, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't really see it like gradually improving. I'm just like, because I can mix on anything. Like this is perfectly fine. My headphones aren't even. They're gonna fall apart. Like they're broken, you know. Yeah, the plasma processing studio, dude. So yeah, I think really it's just about knowing what you're listening on. Okay, these acoustics are still. I want to get these good. I wonder if there's like a spot that we can actually boost to see if they like sound good. Let's leave that alone for now. Let's mess with our shakers. probably just like literally put shakers on this whole song, and then we'll take them away. But like I think most of this is gonna have shakers on it. It's a sea shanty, dude. Like you need all of that. Like you need the freaking percussion, dude. I'd have to stop there, obviously. Sounds pretty good, dude. What do you guys think? Sure. The shakers are still going, bro. Yeah. Hell yeah. Shakers are fun, dude. I like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but I think on this kind of a piece, like it definitely needs it. Okay, there's one last thing I want to do. Actually, there's two more things. So now we're just going to put in our final little thing. So I like to put in church bells just because I'm a freaking simp for church bells, dude. Yeah, we started off there. We start the song with one. This violin needs to chill out a little bit here. And then this needs to turn up a little bit, the guitar does. acoustics down just a little bit. The acoustics sound good though, dude. I mean, the EQ looks absolutely ridiculous, but sometimes you just do stupid shit and it sounds good. So, whatever. Like they're nice and warm now. They're not like jumping out in your ears, but the pig attack is still there. That's the important thing. Yeah, Gandhi, the best mixer. Oh my god, that was so funny. Okay, there's a random bass drop there from again. No. Okay, where were we? Bells. So, yeah, so we need to put a bass drop here. Bass drops are sick as fuck. So we're just lining the bass drop right with the downbeat, and then this other thing is a cymbal. So we got very, very not that sick by itself, but turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Another bell. We need need a bell here. Then of course need a fat bass drop here. I think we take the shaker away for that riff, because the whole point of this riff is to be like only a metalcore riff. Like that's it. No other fancy stuff. I think the acoustics stop here. And the shakers. Maybe. I don't know. compare it to now. Maybe not. Maybe I disagree. Yeah, we'll leave it as it is. New to the channel? Hell yeah. What's up, dude? Welcome, man. That part up a little bit. Need a bass drop there. Need a bell. Dude, I think we're like pretty much done, man. All right, let's do a solid listen. But yeah, that's pretty much, if it's not done, it's like 99% there. So, you guys want to listen to the whole thing? And then I think we're good, dude. All right, here we go. Yeah, dude. I mean, what else do you need, right? I mean, you can hear everything. You can hear everything. It's got a good flow to it. Yeah, pretty easy, dude. That was an easy one. You should have seen me mixing BFG division, dude. That shit took me like all day. I was like pulling my hair out over that one. Yeah, this was easy. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's actually, this was literally easier than I thought it would be. But yeah, that's it, dude. 3 days. 3 days, start to finish. We compare. The way the guitar and the violin are like work together is so sick, dude. That sounds so sick, dude. We'll do the acoustic version. We can do the acoustic version of it. Now it sounds like a freaking like when you like a town in Skyrim that you enter, dude. You cannot handle these potions. That's sick. That's sick as fuck. Oh, the acoustic version? Maybe. Alright, let's listen to a full... What would be the acoustic version? So we turn... Let's turn all this shit off. Even the bass is like too heavy, dude. Okay, it needs the bass. Shut up. The drums are like way too heavy, dude. I want to put in like a fucking beat, dude, like a bongos or something. I like how it's just like It's like, okay, guys, I'm actually gonna just fucking delete all the guitars. All right, all that stuff that we spent like 2 days on. Yeah, let's just get rid of them. Honestly. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Cool, man. That sounds good. I'm happy with that. Yeah. I feel like this was fun, dude. I think we should do some more stuff like this. Apparently, freaking everybody is commenting on my Final Fantasy 16 freaking the Phoenix versus Earfit song, and everyone's like, dude, you gotta cover this. So I'm just like, maybe we could do that. That would be harder. That's gonna be harder. So we could try that. I feel like this was easy. This is easy mode, dude. Especially after doing BFG division right before this. Like we could up the difficulty a little bit. Nothing to say that, it's not like anything. It's just it's only easy just because I'm good at this shit. Not because it's like anything with the song, but this was like super in my comfort zone, so I fucking nailed it. But yeah, maybe we could do the Final Fantasy 16 boss theme. That would be hard. That would be absurdly hard, dude. But yeah, dude. All right, cool. Well, yeah, I guess what am I doing? Yeah. So I'll probably film it tomorrow, and then it'll be out probably the next day. So this will probably be out on YouTube in like 2 days. And then yeah, and then we'll do a shred stream, and then we'll rinse and repeat, baby, all day. All the music, dude. But yeah, thanks for joining me on this whole process, man. It was fun. It was super sick. I said it on Twitter, dude. It's like it's actually super sick to do this because it makes it more fun for me. I feel like it makes it more fun. I feel like it makes like every song that we've done on stream has been a fucking banger, dude. Like the Chrono Cross theme. Uh, what else have we done? We did Straight Ahead. That's a good one. Like I feel like it's like some of my best tracks are some of they're the ones that we do on stream. So there's got to be like something to it. Yeah, Autumn Mountain and Rayquaza. Yeah, those are all good. Did it make your process slower? It actually made it faster, which is funny. I was talking to Isaac about this. Like, I was talking to get wrecked about this because I was like, the aspect of me like streaming this makes it so I just want to do like such like I want to do a good job, and then I also want to like do things quickly because I don't want to like bore you guys. So instead of like wasting a bunch of time, it kind of makes me like focus. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I forgot all about Wicked Child. Didn't we like track guitars to that and that's it? I literally forgot that I even did that. I'll be real with you. That's so funny, dude. I thought you did. I literally don't even remember, dude. Body doubling. getting things done. Basically, you sit with. Oh yeah, that's literally what I'm doing right now. After a while, I get exhausted. No, I'm definitely pretty tired. Like these sessions have been pretty intense, but like that it's literally like it's fine because you just take a nap. I see. Yeah, totally. It's definitely the same thing. Would you like me to try keeping up with the dude if you want, man? But like, I don't want to ask you to like do all this. It's a lot of work, man. So only if you're feeling like it. I saw people were really praising you for it. So if you wanna keep doing it, I definitely appreciate it. But absolutely don't feel pressured to do it. But it's pretty sick. I appreciate you doing that though. Oh, ND neurodivergent, yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, when I'm streaming, it's like I can't like I can't like goof off. I have to just like go, which is sick. I just think it's so much better to do it that way. You guys are like my boss. You guys are like monitoring, like you're making sure I'm not goofing off at work. You're all standing behind me with like a ruler, just like fucking like, come on, Jack. Get it done, dude. Yeah, you can't just like fucking look at some memes and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, only 15 minutes for lunch, guys. Please, dude, let me get 30 minutes, dude. What the fuck? Please, Chad, come on, dude. You guys are fucking. You guys are freaking control freaks, bro. Stop trying to control me. I quit. I'm out of here. Peace. Yeah, I'm fucking. I'm gonna go get some food. All right, so here's the deal. Yeah, so no stream tomorrow. I'm gonna film this. I'm gonna put it out the next day, and then probably after I put it out, no stream that day. So probably no stream for about 2 days, and then we'll do a shred stream, and then we'll do a shred stream. We'll do some of those, and then maybe in like a week from now or something, maybe we'll hit up maybe we'll hit up the Final Fantasy boss theme. I think that'd be cool. I do feel bad because people are like commenting on my videos like, Jack, you always say you want to cover the song, but it's been 2 years. Where's the cover? I'm just like, yeah, I know. I say I want to cover it, but I think we actually do cover now. I think we do it. Hell yeah. All right, dude. I'm out of here. It's been 84 years. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you guys for hanging out, man. I will see you soon, dude. GG's, man. GG's. All right, peace.